Thanks for tuning in to the Crush It Trading Recap Show for Wednesday, November 13th, 2024. Crushed it today with $4,553. And we had another day with a lot of good Crush It Trading setups taking place. And I'm going to get into those trades here in just a second. But do me a favor and click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed right now, would be the perfect time to subscribe. And you too can come and learn the Crush It Trading strategy. All right, the trade of the day was, there it is, Tesla, $4,553. And let me just jump right into this trade here now. Now, you'd think that I made this money on the move to the downside, but I got to tell you, I didn't. I was looking for a continuation of the upside on Tesla, and you can see right at the open on the 5-minute candle, we had a nice green candle moving to the upside here. And when that candle closed, I was looking for this pullback here into the Bollinger Bands, down to the 9-day, so I could get in. So I got in right here at this, what time was that? At 9:35. And we moved up. I didn't scale yet right here. I was hoping to get up to the previous day high. And you can see it actually pulled back from the 50% of the zone here and ended up negative $4,000 on this trade for a brief moment. And then when it moved back up again in this wick zone right here, I decided to take most of them off the table and hung on to a few trailers, which I'm glad I did. It ended up failing. And then I stopped myself out of the trade here when it got below the 20-day. Now, I was up, I think, $6,000. I ended up with $5,000 on the trade. I did take a couple of smaller trades later on, which I'll get into here now, and ended up losing about $500. So the second trade I got into here was also on Tesla a little bit earlier. And once again, I got in on this retest, 5-minute candle, the wick zone right here for a move to the downside. I wanted to take that down to the 0.618 level, and I ended up getting out of the trade probably a little bit early. Right here, we got this move off the 20-day for a continuation of the downside. But like I said, I just wasn't feeling it. Ended up getting out with a small loss on that trade. It did end up doing what it was supposed to do a little bit later, but I just got a little bit impatient on it. And then the next trade I took was on NVIDIA. Also a move to the downside here, kind of following the Bollinger Bands down. I got this retest at the 9-day here for continuation to the downside. And I wanted to scale at the previous all-time high. But once again, I had this move to the upside here, and I ended up stopping myself out at 1034. And the reason is Theta was kind of eating away at the premiums. And even though, the price would come up and it would come down, and I was actually kind of losing money, and I was getting impatient, and, I had a little over $5,000 in my account. I'm down to 4,500 now. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be done for the day. And as soon as I sold those, look what happens. Moves down and hits my target. So see, it does happen to me also. I get emotionally involved and I get out early. I get impatient. I don't want to hang out and wait for the trade to take place. And I ended up losing a little over $500 on that trade. So, all right, let's take a look at the watch list and see what else took place. We have a nice continuation on AMD to the downside here. I was not in this trade, but that was a 3.63 risk to reward ratio down to the crush it zone. So really nice there. If you had taken a crush it zone trade here, you would have gotten stopped out. Now, there really wasn't a setup at the crush it zone to take, but I'm just saying, if you would have tried to take it, you would have lost on the far side. You did have a crush it zone setup take place here on the near side, and it did hit the 0.618, so there was a winning trade there at AMD on the near side. And then we had a winning trade at the crush it zone on AMD right here to the downside. I think that was worth about $1.50. And then we had another move for continuation of the upside here off the 0.618 into the crush it zone. And then we also had continuation from the crush it zone to the upside here. You can see we got the two tower candles here at the crush it zone for a move to the upside here. So Amazon was a really good move to the upside today. A+ setup on Meta at the crush it zone here. We got outside the Bollinger Bands, and that was also outside the Bollinger Bands, I think, on the 1 minute. And you had a nice move to the upside here to the zero line, and this was worth about $5.80 roughly. So really good move off the crush it zone on Meta. I didn't play anything on Apple, nor did I really call anything other than the 100-day. You can see that when we got to the 100-day moving average here, we had a nice retest for a move to the upside on Apple. Lots of good setups today. And then we had Tesla off of the crush it zone. Another really good trade. Look, you get a $10 move from the crush it zone all the way up to the 50-day. Like I said, a lot of great setups today. I mean, if you missed one, you had your pick from many others. And then we had the last one here, NVIDIA at the crush it zone here. I think I took this one in my Roth earlier this morning and did decent on that one. Off the crush it zone up to the 0.618 And then we had later on in the afternoon, we had a move off of the previous day low for a move to the upside. And what makes this a good trade is you can see that we're deep outside the Bollinger Bands. We have these tower candles here. And so that looks like a really good move to the upside. It does retest the zero line for a continuation of the upside. So, and there you go. That is about, what, 5 or 6 crush it trading setups taking place. And I think 4 or 5 of them were winners. So the probability is definitely on your side. This is a really cool strategy. And I got to tell you right now, I'm offering till the end of the year, you can get into the room for life at $79 per month. This is normally $229 per month. We trade every single day live in our trading room, and we look for these setups. They're not that hard to find, and they're easy to learn how to take. And right now, just so you know, I'm offering a $79 per month Black Friday special till the end of the year. It's never going to be that cheap again. So if you want to get into the room and start learning the crush it trading strategy and learn how to start making daily cash flow, click the link below and learn how to get into the room and pay $79 per month for life. This is normally a $229 offer. This will never happen again. I promise you, I will never, ever offer $79 per month ever again. So this ends December 31st. And after that, it goes back up to $229. Now, what do you get with that $79? Well, you're going to get free access into the room. You're going to learn the crush it trade strategy, not to mention a handful of the other strategies we trade, like riding the Bollinger Bands and continuation patterns and whatnot. So you're going to learn all these strategies. And we're also going to help out with the psychology of trading so you can learn how to become a better trader. If you haven't been making money for the last 2 years, I think that you might need this trading room. You might need these courses because this is really going to help you become a better trader. And if you don't believe me, just come in the room and start asking the people in the room. You will see. You can look at my YouTube videos. I produce daily cash flow every single day. I've had one red day since the end of June, I think it was. And before that, I think I had a couple too, but I've been keeping track since the end of June. And it's a really good strategy. So I really, I encourage you, come trade with us. You're never going to find another offer like this, $79 per month for life. And you're also going to have access to all the old videos. I record everything. So if you're in the room, you'll have access to all the old trades, all of everything that we've ever done for the last year. So a lot of stuff to learn, a lot of cool things, all right? Enough said on that. So do me a favor and click the like button. And if you haven't, please subscribe right now so you can get alerts when we go live. And we'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. All right, thanks. Take care.